Basically, what I want to do today is to show you how to mix maize and soybean or sorghum and soybean on the same plot. I've received 2 or 3 reactions trying to know how they will go about fertilizer application of soybean and maize. A lot of us are used to this mixed cropping system in which on the same row like this, you will just plant your maize like this, something like this, and then you will introduce the soybean in between the maize plant. This system of mixed cropping has many disadvantages. They have different planting date. Aside from that, they have different fertilizer or nutrient requirement. You will discover that there are a lot of things that distinguish the maize plant and the soybean. So the best way to go about this is to create a separate row or a ridge for each of these crop you intend to mix together in the field. So we have 2 methods that you can go about mixing your maize and soybean, or sorghum or millet with soybean. The first one is, let's assume you have your rows or ridges like this. The ridge number 1, 2, 3. Now on the first ridge, you will plant your maize. The second, you will plant your maize. Virtually on all the ridges, you will plant your maize. Are we together? Just like what we have here. Then in between the ridges, you will plant your soybean. Wato muna nufi da cewa akwai methods da yawa da za iya hada shi soybean da masara ko da gero ko da dawa ko. Mun ci akwai method da yawa da yawancin mu mun saba da shi, wanda akan kunya guda daya zaka ga za shuka masara sai a tsakiyar masaran sai ka ga ana kawo wake ko waken soya ana shukawa. Na ce wannan method yana da su disadvantage da yawa. Ranar shukin suna nan daban, takin da suke nema, wato abincin da suke nema daban ne. Yana nan kaman wani yana so ya ci miyan kuka, wani yana so ya ci egusi, sai ku zo ka saka musu abinci a plate daya. Kunyan nan yana nan kaman plate daya ne, yana nan kaman kwano ɗayan da za saka abinci ko. So ya fi kyau a ba mu kowa kwanonsa, ya fi kyau a ba mu kowa layinsa. Muna nan tare. So ga kwanon masara ga kuma na soybean ko wake, so that idan an zo abincin da masara zai ci daban da wanda wake zai ci. Muna nan tare. So the nutrient requirement for maize is quite different from that of soybean. So there is every need for you to create separate rows for these crops. So in the first instance, the soybean will be in between the rows. So in this case, another thing you need to note with this is that instead of making the ridges inter-row spacing to be maybe, let's say 60 or 70 centimeters, you can increase it to maybe 80 centimeters. So that you will have enough space to plant it at the middle, and if there is need for you to do earthing up or anything, you can be able to achieve that without any stress. Now the second method we are going to consider, or I would like to suggest for you, is that you allocate a row or a ridge for maize, the next row for soybean, next one maize, next soybean. So at the end of it, you have maize, soybean, maize, soybean, maize, soybean. All we are trying to do is that to avoid any confusion that may arise when it comes to fertilizer application. An ran da an zo saka takin masara an sani masara ne, in na soybeans an sani soybeans ne, in masara masara ne. And the difference between the two is that space na wannan reaching za dan kara sayin shi. In this case, we will reduce it. In fact, very close, at most maybe 60. Sometimes some people may make it 50, 60 centimeters. While in this case, in fact, it is advisable to make it 80 centimeters. Muna nan tare, wanda za yi a tsakiyar kunya za kara fadin ridges. Wanda za yi shi kowanne da nashi za dan dawo da su tsirare kawai su tafi tare. Muna nan tare. So ina fata dai wannan bidiyon zai taimaka muku ku san yadda ake mix cropping ko masara, dawa, gero ne tare da soybean.